say that the quantum practices, you directly go to the causal body and you deal with the fourth body. Now, we have lots of other processes, like, there's a lot of meditation, there are religious practices. What body are we dealing with? And let's say you said that the chakra system is in the second body. So what if we only deal with the problems that are associated with the chakras, and we just deal with that? Then what are the repercussions of that?
See, what is happening in all the meditation processes. Okay, let me first share about the Yuga cycle. So we have a 24,000 years Yuga cycle. We entered the lowest conscious period of Kali Yuga 2500 years back. And whatever practices we have at this stage, they all were born out of the Kali Yuga consciousness. So they were supposed to keep us alive. They were supposed to ensure the passage of Deva souls through the lowest consciousness period without much of a damage. So none of the sages, they wanted to touch the third body. Because what happened when Kali Yuga began, our subconscious started to bulge, started to become bigger and bigger. In higher conscious Yuga, like in Sati Yuga, there was almost no subconscious. But with the passage of Yugas, the subconscious began to form. And in Kali Yuga, the subconscious became huge. And today, the scientists and the psychologists, everybody say that the subconscious is many times bigger than conscious. Some say it is 20 times bigger, some say it is 2000 times bigger. But everybody agrees to this fact that subconscious is much, much, much more powerful than the conscious. So, the touching of the subconscious was very dangerous because we couldn't handle it in the times of low consciousness. So, what these practices were basically, that you are feeling a lot of pain right now. Okay, you have a huge emotional body, but we want to hide it. Okay, through the circumstances of life, certain kind of emotion are going to spill over in the energy body, and so we start to feel the pain, the emotions and everything. So what we basically want to do is, we want to do some pranayam that makes us feel good, or there are certain thoughts which are coming and disturbing us, so we want to meditate, we want to become the witness of those thoughts, and we want to deal with that. Okay, now there is this huge storehouse of all the troubles. We don't want to touch that because we don't have the consciousness that can deal with it. And during the whole Kali Yuga, everything is getting stored inside that. It is attracting more and more of miseries. So we somehow survived, dealing with whatever is spilling over in our energy body. But what did that do to the Deva souls, to the divine beings? It was like a huge stone, and they are trying to fly, but they have the stones tied up, and there is no way they can fly. So they all got disconnected from their potential. So what we have to do, that all the weight we have collected, all this huge subconscious we have collected over this journey of Kali Yuga in past 2500 years, now all this weight has to go. Of course, whatever happened, we have a lot to learn from it. So it's not that we want to drop it, but we want to integrate that. We want to transform our subconscious into superconscious. And what will transform that? It is the awareness we bring to the subconscious that will transform that. So what we are doing here, we use the emotion, the third body, and we move into the fourth body, the causal body. And that's what we observe. A lot of people would say, okay, we observe the thoughts in meditation. No, that's not what we are doing in the synthesis process. In meditation, you are observing the thoughts which have spilled over from the emotional body to the energy body. Those are the thoughts you are observing. But here, what we are doing, we go and dig out. We dig out for what we have stored inside us, in our subconscious. And that start to get dissolved. And then what happens, that all the miseries we are carrying, suddenly everything becomes creative. It becomes part of our assets. It's no more a liability. And as the subconscious is transforming in superconscious, we start to connect with the gods and goddesses, which are nothing but the cosmic qualities. And we start to discover our own cosmic form and our own unique potential. And that's why we say that the quantum life is a path which brings you in partnership with gods and goddesses.
Wow. So I just wanted to ask you that, so if we do meditation, right, as it is done right now, and you said it is related to the second body, so it is probably only going to be a transient thing where you kind of, whatever has come to the surface, you deal with it,
Yeah.
and then it's going to keep coming back. So we are not touching the
Yeah, and see,
deep
this
store
process was okay when the pace of life was very slow.
Yeah.
So not too much was erupting from third body to second body.
So in this
Now,
chaotic time.
now what has happened in past 20 years since 1997? Okay, there are astronomical reasons of what has happened since 1997. I will not go into that at present, but we all know, it is our own experience, that the pace of life has really accelerated. So what has happened is that there are huge triggers now. It's triggering all the time. So there is so much of the spilling over that is happening from emotional body to the energy body. You just can't deal with it. You deal with it, you meditate, in next 2 hours, all that peace and happiness is gone. You're again back
Back
to
to
the
square
stage of the chaos. So you need a process that is much deeper. And that's what the quantum life synthesis process is.